I love you. I love you. I love you. Come on in. All praises due to the creator of all things. You have to get in tune, man. And I want this to help you, make you greater, make you better. Come get in tune. All praises be to the creator of all things.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
You know, the trans world that we live in, bro, the trans world that we live in, it's cool to...
I don't live in no trans world.
Hold on 1 second. Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, the trans world that we actually live in, bro, is kind of different.
Come with me, and you'll see that I live in a world of
YT, get their ass upside the head with Wilson.
me, and you'll see that I live in a world of I don't give a fuck, bitch. Come with me, and you'll see that I live in a world of I don't give a fuck, bitch. Come with me, and you'll see that I live in a world of I don't give a fuck, bitch. Come with me, and you'll see that I live in a world of I don't give a fuck.
Welcome back. It's the
A lot of brothers, they hate my message because a lot of you men aren't men.
what?
Because a lot of you men aren't men.
Who?
Everybody's a suspect.
So I'm making this video for trans men and people that have had top surgery only. So if you're not a trans man or someone who's had top surgery, this video is not for you, and I would appreciate it if you would go elsewhere and mind your business. Keep scrolling. So anyway, hey y'all, I'm making this video to let y'all know not everybody's surgery comes out looking the same.
It actually lines up perfectly with the same Comedic metaphysics he taught his followers. In the conscious community, they believe that Western society treats masculinity and femininity like opposing teams. Some of their teachers even argue that the Christian cross represents two vertical masculine energies intersecting, not a masculine and feminine union like their Ankh, which in Comedic science is the symbol of cosmic balance. The loop as the feminine womb, the staff as the masculine seed, and the crossbar as the union that creates life. It's two energies functioning as one. But the part they constantly leave out is that it represents masculine and feminine being in one body. In ancient Egypt, the more you blended masculine and feminine energies, the closer you were considered to the divine source. The creator deity, Adam, was self-engineered, containing both masculine and feminine within one being. That was considered the model of perfection. So pharaohs and gods were intentionally portrayed with androgynous features to show they were tapping into the divine wholeness. Look at Akhenaten. Elongated face, soft belly, wide hips, even breasts. That wasn't random. Hapi, the god of the Nile flood, had a beard like a man, but breasts like a woman to symbolize total nourishment. Hatshepsut wore the male pharaonic beard, but kept her feminine facial structure to show she embodied the full spectrum of divine kingship.
All you speak is emotionalism. You are a woman. There's a woman across
There
the
we
table
go.
right
That's
now.
the
You're a
devil showing.
woman.
Demon,
This guy's a
what's your
female
name?
across the table.
What's your name, Demon?
You're a
What's your
female.
name, Demon?
You spoke
It's
about
going
me feelings.
coming.
I
It's
spoke
coming.
facts.
It's coming.
Guys,
It's coming.
One second.
It's coming.
You're a woman.
What?
You're a woman.
Pow.
And you're gonna get this work now. You are a female. I'm looking at across this table in your eyes. You spoke nothing but feelings. You spoke about, your situation and that you're a victim.
You're a victim.
Welcome back. It's the
Welcome back. It's the dog. If this is your first time at Swoop Reactions, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you share and make sure you follow. Let's go ahead and get into this. This is my commentary. Our subject matter today, which is Yatta Awakening. He goes by many names. I have done some research on him, and apparently he has used several different names throughout his online career. Now, I could go on and on and on about what I think about this guy and what others have concluded with their perceptions about this individual, like his alleged relationship with his wives, or his relationships with his audience, or his relationship with his colleagues, or even his customers. Now, I've been exposed to a lot of things about this individual that may be for my opinion about this individual as far as his inner workings. However, I'm gonna try to focus all on the Transvestigation and just get a grasp on who this individual is on a chromosome level, as far as a visual observation. Okay, we're not gonna go in too many other avenues about this individual as of yet. However, we could make a video dealing in that if that's what y'all want to do. If that's what the audience want to have, even though that there's so much other content creators who are, they're with all the gossip, they're with all that other stuff, breaking it down and breaking down his relationships and his character and all that shit. There's plenty of videos about that, but we're gonna dive directly in who Yatta is and the truth about Yatta, structurally, genetically, and we're gonna make a determination on who he is at a chromosome level. Are we dealing with XX chromosome, or are we dealing with XY chromosome? That's all, that's it. All right, so if we just take a observation, we just take a look at Yatta, straight on face picture of Yatta, you'll see that Yatta has shallow set eyes, he has an oval shaped head, he has very small ears, he has very feminine jawline, he has very close together eyes, small eyes, symmetrical. He does not have a lazy eye. He does not have any other masculine traits or genetic traits that I would see, like alopecia, lazy eye, like I said, and other genetic traits. I just don't see that because they're not there. Okay, he doesn't have deep set eyes. He doesn't have big ears. There's no genetic features visually that I could see that Yatta could give me more of provable factual visual markers that would tell me that this individual is XY chromosome. So he has all XX chromosome features. Also, Yatta's alleged wife has the same female features. When I say female, I am actually referring to the XX chromosome features. This individual has those features as well as Yatta. They have the same features. If you put their heads together or next to each other, if you've seen videos of them kissing, it looks like two females kissing. It looks like two feminine XX chromosomes in a relationship. This is what I believe we're all seeing. Now, despite, what we're all seeing, not everybody is on the same page, clearly. such as this post that I came across. Look, I just joined multiple groups on Facebook for transvestigations to share my own transvestigations on those platforms. However, you know, the groups, apparently there's some sort of, you know, admin who may not want the transvestigators to transvestigate, or may have a bias or some sort of I don't know, control issues. You know, it seems to be a lot of the groups for transvestigations are not really, you know, properly transvestigating people, such as this post. This post says transgender Yatta awakening with his husband. Says here both are inverted M to F, F to M, Decepticons, deceivers, which is not true. Okay, it's just simply not true. I like commented on there, you know, explaining that it's not true, because obviously if you look at both of these individuals, neither one of them have a square jawline. Neither one of them have any masculine presenting traits outside of Yatta's, you know, masculine presenting, but he's not, or lacking masculine structural traits, is what I'm trying to say. All right, so just because you dress up like a dude doesn't make you a dude. You know, you don't have masculine structural indicators, okay, such as deep socket eyes. You know, he doesn't have any of those markers. Let's just keep it real. It's just what it is. It doesn't have that, but neither does Yatta's so-called wife. Okay, she doesn't have any of those features. She doesn't have any masculine structural features. So I don't know where they're getting this. Oh, yeah, this is Yatta's husband. There's no proof of that. Matter of fact, there is extreme amounts of proof to the contrary when in regards to Yatta's alleged wife. He even has a video of her literally giving birth. There's a video of her literally giving birth. He filmed the entire process, and actually, I think he was a doula or, you know, acting as a midwife to this baby, and was in the bath with her delivering this baby like he's damn Erykah Badu. Okay, so look at, I watched him do this, and you could watch him do this too on his Instagram. So you could literally watch her spit a baby out her crotch, and this fool catching it. So there is no doubt in my mind, you know, because it was an unedited video, people. The initial video was unedited. So, like, obviously there's been edited, somewhat added throughout his page so that he doesn't get blocked, you know, and I probably won't show it because I don't want to get struck either. So, not that I will, but I don't want to run the risk because, you know, she's somewhat obviously naked or in a nude, you know, giving birth. So, you know, y'all can go and view those videos because they're still up. So, yeah, you could literally see her giving birth. So whether or not she's a FTM or whatever, MTF, is that the argument's over.
So I'm not going to debate anybody who wants to make the claim that Yatta's so-called wife is an invert. That argument is over, and I'm not going to debate that at all with you because, you know, there's so much significant evidence that proves and shows the contrary to that.
All right, so let me address this portion of the transvestigation, which was the shirtless picture of Yatta in rare form. I have not seen too many shirtless. I mean, I have seen them put shirtless pictures up, you know, that very far away, harder to get a good look at, but this one was the most recent that you could get a good look at his chest, and you could see the right pectoral has some scarring, you know, and I'm like, that's unnatural. And they're different sizes, like the nipple is just in a different spot. It just looks very much like he had top surgery. When I found this video of Ayanna, who's a popular streamer, she had a very popular hit called Strut. I'm pretty sure you heard that. Baby, I just want you to strut. That she
is a blind female to male transformer who is open about it. You know, she has come out in the public about it, and obviously her coming out public about it is somewhat hindering her career, because not only is she public about it, but she is violent about it, because she does not want to be referred to as a female. So she's one of those types where it's ma'am, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't submit to her, you know, delusions, you will be met with violence, according to her. She's gonna whoop you and beat on you and do all kinds of stuff. And obviously the general public does not like people like that. They don't want to deal with people like that. So Ayanna has been somewhat blackballed ever since that little hit came out, despite the fact that I believe Ayanna is talented sonically. She can ride the beat. She has great delivery, great punchlines and, you know, flow and all that type of stuff, right? Sonically, there's talent. But as far as her delusions about somehow this is some brave attempt that she's doing and she's just setting the trend and setting the wave or whatever, right? I don't know. But none of that stuff, her being public and open about her transformation, is gonna do her any good, because in a sense what you're doing is body, what is it called, body not manipulation, but mutilation. Okay, she's going through body mutilation. And what she did to the top of her chest is mutilating her body. Okay, and just like what Yatta, you know, did allegedly. Okay, people, this is body mutilation, and she is a poster child for body manipulation, and mutilation is really the word for it. And having her be influential or be a star or have other women looking at her will obviously drive more women into participating in such body mutilation for their delusional, psychopathic demands at being recognized as something that they're not, which is a masculine XX chromosome being. Okay? This is not how God made you, Ayanna. Alright? So, don't nobody want to deal with that. And ain't nobody going to tolerate you being violent because of that. So, this is why her music and her talent has been pushed to the side, in my opinion. Now that I got all that out the way, back to why she made it into this clip. And it's because if you impose her face, her head, her chest, and her shoulders, they will fit perfectly with Yatta. Yatta has the shoulders and the clavicle bone of a female, XX chromosome to be specific, okay? This is why I have imposed these two images, or video and image, and brought them together to show you that Yatta indeed has feminine extremities that line up with the transgender that has come out in the public. Okay, so this isn't debatable at this point for me anymore. If you want to argue Yatta's features, especially Yatta could definitely change his features. He could bulk up and put some more muscle on, and he could do a lot to deceive you even further, like getting a jawline like how Tupac did. They do have surgeries where they can give you extremities that appear more masculine. There's plenty of it. Okay, so if Yatta pops up with a super hard square jaw, like Kalani's, just know it's not real. It's it's just plastic surgery. That's just what it is. Now, because Yatta is a liar and a fake guru, he will probably tell you, oh, he doesn't have any enhancements. No, Yatta has veneers. Just something I recognize right off the bat. He has veneers. So if he's consciously and willing to go through surgery to alter his teeth, what else would he be willing to alter? Maybe a jawline, maybe his hairline, or any other, issues he might have. He wants to give a different appearance. He might try to open up his eyes, because his eyes are tiny. He might do some surgery to make those eyes a little bit bigger. Who knows? Things of that nature. So, I'm just saying, don't think Yatta is above surgeries to give himself the appearance of being more masculine. So, with that being said, I believe that there's sufficient evidence, just like as if I was investigating like a police officer, there's sufficient evidence that these are what we're going with as far as my opinion and my observation into the transvestigation of Yatta. All right. And with that being said, I'm gonna wrap this one up. This is another one for the books. Hopefully it gets out there before, the hype dies down and everybody, goes off and they start getting into, realms of things that don't matter, Now, if I was to be, frank with you and give you a small general observation of the type of individual and why I believe what I believe about this individual as far as their interactions with the public, I believe not only him, but his peers who he come out with, Netta, Nature Boy, the Malachi Yorks, the Prince Yorks, all these individuals, etc. I don't believe any of these people are natural, organic followers or leaders within this community. I believe that they were, already made and brought to you by the CIA. Okay? I believe that these are counterintelligence agents who are funded and brought to you by the CIA to spread, mass confusion and pollution when it comes to individuals seeking to grasp at, some sort of information that will positively impact their lives. A lot of these people have been scammed by Yatta and his peers, and they've been misled and been hurt, or even seriously made some serious choices by following individuals like Yatta, like leaving their families, breaking up their relationships, destroying their relationships, and severely impacting their relationships going forward. And I believe that there is a very dark, demonic, satanic group behind that. And I believe that there's something to that. And if, in my opinion, I don't believe Yatta had a big support system or following that gave him money and all this. I don't believe that he built his foundation off the backs of poor people, pretty much, single moms and this, that, and the third. Single moms aren't known to be rich. I think they're more well off than the average single man because of all the infrastructure, pretty much rewarding and incentivizing women to destroy their households and to destroy their, future households with the absence of a man or masculine presenting individual who is properly protecting them, providing for them, and being the purpose or serving the purpose, which is to protect and to provide, certain things. I believe that there is a very coordinated attempt to, fund individuals like Yatta and the rest of them into doing such harm to the community that they are positioned to portray themselves to be a part of. But this is just what it is. That's my opinion about how they're in how they managed to get to where they're at, and who they potentially represent and align with, just like any of these other individuals, who have been in the public with them, who have even been opponents to them, like a YP, Young Pharaoh. So Young Pharaoh and Yatta are pretty much the same people, and Yatta has been, not Yatta, but Young Pharaoh has been a very big opponent to Yatta, and was pretty much his main rival, or one of his main rivals or oppositions in the space that they share, which is the metaverse, where they both panhandle to the pretentious nature of the woman, the single woman on top of this, right? So they pandered to single women and put the pussy on a pedestal, literally, trying to tell us and convince us how the woman is God and all this other nonsense. And you've seen with both of these individuals that after they did all that pandering, now they very oppositional to the woman, and they don't feel the same, or they went from loving women to abusing women. Both of them are known for abusing the women that they're involved with, so yeah, him, Yatta, YP, Nature Boy, all these people were doing the exact same thing, and they got brought to us by the conscious community, the so-called black community, that allowed these scammers and swindlers to come through, and they get exposed to these big platforms and these big podcasts who bring them to y'all, these potential predators that come and infiltrate your psyche, and they infiltrate your subconscious defenses, and they lead you astray, and next thing you know, you're saying fuck your wife or fuck your husband, and you're ready to leave them, and now you're undateable, you're unfit to be a wife or a mother or a lover or anything, so it's very dangerous, y'all, to allow such individuals into your conscious mind. So be aware of that, and be mindful of who you're being entertained by, because the entertainment industry is filled to the brim with individuals such as this. Use your discernment, and do not allow these people to lead you astray. Okay, I'm not saying don't be entertained, things are entertaining and stuff like that, but don't lose yourself in entertainment. Don't lose yourself in none of this minstrel show. Be mindful and seek to be informed and educated in what you do not know, so that you can be in the know. And that's what this channel is about. And that's why I feel like I deserve a follow, I deserve a like, and I deserve a share. So make sure y'all do that for me, and look out for me, and look out for your neighbors, and look out for your friends and family who have been affected by this individual, which could be in the millions at this point, because of all the other individuals who platformed this person. They've not only platformed them, they spread their information, they spread their reach, to all these unsuspecting viewers like yourself. So, do us all a favor, and just like how y'all got behind these sellouts, y'all can get behind somebody who's actually not selling you anything and is actually giving you something, which is the truth. I am Swoop, and I have come through to share the truth. I'm out.